Hello everyone, it is your old pal Living Dead, and we are back with another WOD playthrough. This time, we're giving a look to a map called Break from Urban Walls. It's a single map, and it comes to us courtesy of the Doomworld user, Fidchell. It's a first-timer map, although it does appear that it maybe had some assistance from some very seasoned authors around the community. So we'll see what we kind of get here. It's kind of getting some interesting comments. I've tried to avoid reading too much, but based on what I've seen, I think this is going to turn out to be quite an interesting time. Fidchell, are you going to impress us on your first time out? Let's find out together, folks. Ultraviolence, GZ Doom. We are playing in strict compatibility settings. See right here? I don't lie about this kind of thing. 167 monsters, 6 secrets, and a partridge in a pear tree. So first off the bat, I think this this mapper Fidchell has accomplished what I think it's actually really important to try to get right in a map. It's not end all be all, but I find it to be a pretty important consideration. Make a really interesting starting room. Make the player begin the map on an interesting looking sight line of some kind. And while we have a very standard tech base with some star tan, nobody likes this texture, but we all have to use it sometimes. We have a pretty cool looking thing. Got a nice little MIDI here. Let's go ahead and give that a little more volume, guys. I don't know why it's so quiet, and I apologize for that. All right, getting a little groove here. But we have an interesting vista to kick us off with. Nice little texturing here. There's some thought that has been put into the visual presentation of this part of the map at the very least. And I think that gives us a good sign for things to come. We got some exploration to do. There's a couple of imps here around the corner. Now, one thing I will say, I mean, I've made a few mistakes. I got chipped by a couple of those pistol guys. But if we're going to be fighting, we've killed 12 monsters so far. That's about the maximum limit for the number of guys you have to kill with the pistol before we expect a shotgun. So don't take advantage of our goodwill for giving you time to play this map. Give me something to open up with and start blowing people away. Instead, it looks like we're going to do just a little bit more pistol pew-pewing here. I like the contrast in this room. And let's draw your attention to this, folks. What do we have here? A sector that's like 192, and then a gradual fade to the color of the rest of the room. So when you step back, you have a nice little fading light type of pattern. Looks good. That's a good eye for a first-time designer. Here's something else that's really interesting, guys. We have this is part of the texture, but it's actually being used. I don't know if it's offset. I think the texture is. I don't know if the texture actually starts repeating at whatever height this wall is. But there isn't really any reason to do this other than to just give a little bit of visual variety, and that's a good call. That's used to a very subtle but just nice effect. Just gives a little bit more something to chew on for the eyeballs in this map. Urban. Break from urban walls. Or walls. Oh god, okay. So here's our weapon of choice. We just need to procure it from the hands of this dead zombie man. I am kind of concerned about running out of bullets. So this is a scrappy fight. Next order of business, I need to figure out how to get into this room to get the shotgun. Still going quite a bit of time without getting it here. Pick up a couple of armor bonuses. I'd prefer to have a little bit more if I'm just going to be fighting hit scanners the whole time. Okay, well, it seems that we are still not going to get our hands on the shotgun yet. Or maybe not. I'm speaking a little too soon here. Oh, that's dangerous. Ooh, got kind of lucky there. Had to take a little bit of a risk, but I wanted to grab that shotty. Uh-oh. I hear something teleporting in. Couple of imps. Ooh, a demon. We might need to get some infighting going on if I don't run out of room here. You know what? I'm just going to try to get my way to freedom here. Maybe I'll see if I can get a little bit more infighting going on. Get him. All right, there we go. There we go. Pinky all the way, buddy. Get him, Pinky. Get him, Pinky. Get him, Pinky. All right. And get the other guy, too. Oh, nice. Get out of here. Very interesting. I don't really normally like ammo being balanced in this way. I'd like to get a little bit more. I play Doom to shoot things for the most part, but, you know, it's not too bad. It can be okay for the theme of the map to be ammo management to a higher degree. A little bit of a basic visual courtyard here, but there's been some attention given to textures. We have something that, we are violating Ramiro's design rules, but who cares? This is not what that rule is intended to prevent you from doing. What that rule is when you are going to change the ground texture, you should change the elevation like this. And I think that's a pretty good rule to abide. But as with any creative endeavor, if you have a normal rule, it's okay to break that rule when you know what you're doing. This is a good way of breaking that rule, just to kind of give this ground area a little bit more texture to it. And it's even abided by in a couple of different sectors here too. So, you know, overall, we're not really worrying too much about that. It's a good eye for things. You don't really see a lot of this type of detailing with people who it's like their very first map. And in the description on the Doom World forums, this individual does indicate Fidchell, certified dog gamer. That is not a pejorative, by the way. I encourage you to look at the Doom World forum to find out why. They said they were using this map as an exercise to kind of learn how to use different boom features and stuff like that, and just sort of get a sense for how to map. And that is actually what I did with my first map, Malleable Intent, which I made a video on earlier this week. You should give it a look if you haven't seen it already, if you want to know about the mapping process. But, you know, it can be a good thing to do. I have a feeling that's a bit of a regret, but what else can we do here? Yep, would have preferred to keep that barrel. If you have an intent to kind of explore the features of the software, you know, some people are the type of persons who would like to get very experimental in terms of figuring out how stuff works. They like to get under the hood immediately and start poking around at the insides. Some people like to read all the documentation and stuff first. But it seems that Fidchell and I probably have a similar approach. That is not a chain gun I should have been able to pick up, I don't think. But it's okay. I'm going to take it because Fidchell is being very stingy with the ammo. And I don't think you necessarily need to be quite this stingy with the ammo. Doom is a game where I want to let loose in. And I'm going to let these guys try to kill each other if I can survive this. But I only imagine how this would have been if I had not picked up this this chain gun by accident. Another thing I'm noticing is I haven't found any of the secrets, and I've killed about a third of the monsters in the map. So maybe I should try to figure out if I can get in here. I just feel like it's not fair that I don't have access to this berserk or to this shotgun ammo. And I've been through here. This is the teleporter. What are we missing? Seems like this should be a secret. Seems like I'm just overlooking something. How do we get in here? That is a shootable sector. That's a door, though. So maybe I'm just going to come in from the other side. I don't really... Oh, hold on a second. Pretty tricky. I can't hit it. That's pretty critical. That's pretty critical. Oh, somehow I skipped that line def. Maybe it's facing the wrong direction. I don't know if that's how that works. I assume that's how that works. But if that is, that's something you can correct. Fix that line def, flip it over, and make that secret triggerable when you walk into it rather than walk out of it. Anything in either of these two? I also like when secrets spring monsters on you. I think that's a fair way to do it. Any of these secrets? They're not. But we already know how Fidchell likes to hide at least one of his or her secrets. That was something. That is a... That was odd. Why was I able to walk through there just a second ago? I'm very confused now. I feel like I discovered something that I shouldn't have. But I don't really understand what just happened. Huh. Oh, maybe this pushes the zombies out into the room. So it's re-triggerable. Or it's about to going across to the left and the right of the line diffs. I'm not totally sure. That's very odd. Doesn't seem like something that was intentional, but you know, it's okay. It's a new mapper playing with some tricks. And, oh, fuck me. They can have some very interesting caveats. You know, weird ways that things behave. That is a trap. I'm stuck in this room. I don't like this. It's a very cool looking area. This looks like, that hallway from Metal Gear Solid 4. Oh, some instant pop-ups. Yeah, okay. Actually gonna save my shotgun ammo. Because if you're gonna make me shotgun 2 Barons to death with the super shotgun, you're not giving me much ammo. Whoop. Oh! That's bad. That's bad. Alright, let's try this one more time. Oh, don't get surrounded here now. I cannot believe that. I'm playing like a total scrub. Forgive me. Forgive me. Uno más. Uno más tiempo. This is just like such a basic fight setup, and I'm making it look like it's the hardest thing. When I was a 6-year-old playing Doom. All right. Interesting. I actually need to look up the technique for making sequential lighting like this. I know that's a boom thing. It looks very good. I think this is what the author is talking about when they are experimenting with boom functionality. What is the purpose of making the room look this way? It seems incredibly arbitrary, and I do not mean that as a markdown. I mean, this is very clearly the result of an experiment to say, how do you do this in the Doom engine? And probably why the sector geometry is actually so complicated now that we think about it. If this was just one rectangular sector here, it would be a pretty easy trick to pull off, but we want to light up all these. These are all individual sectors, I would assume. Or maybe they're joined sectors, so there's technically like this one is one, that is one, that is one. That would be possible too. But it's still more complicated. You have a minimum of 3 separate sectors in this one block, and you need to apply a sector tag and I guess a rigging to make them all light up at the same time, and then down the hallway in a sequence. And then at the end, with a solid flash at the end, that's a nice little light pattern. That looks great. So does this. What's the point in this? Who cares? Looks cool. But the other thing I like is that this actually is made to be, you know, an attempt at a realistic looking area. We've got some Doom cute couches. I love that. Some lights. Lights are something I forget to put in maps a lot. The light sprites, not light sectors, but neat little circular staircase. Just nice and clean, kind of basic, but nice and clean. And now we've got the makings of a set piece here. Why can I get up on here? What can I shoot from this angle? Anything? All right, I guess nothing. Here's a blue armor. I'll take that as a secret. You gave me 6 secrets to. Yep, here we go. Just as I suspected. Let me get up here. Turn around. What else do we have? Does that trigger again? Here's another one. There's 2 of them. What else do we have? That, let's see. Almost, I wonder if the purpose of that was to experiment with an action that requires hitting 2 switches to activate. That's another thing that you can do, I believe, only in Boom at the minimum. You need to basically use some sort of voodoo doll type of thing to make it so that it requires 2 switches to perform an action. Default Doom does not allow you to do that, I think. Well, I don't know what the secret actually did. Oh, I actually think I might want these mancubuses to be alive to help me kill these barons. If I can just run around in a circle. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Yeah, that's kind of working as intended. So we got a lot of infighting going on here. We actually just have like 4 pairs of monsters. Or 4 groups of monsters all killing each other to start with. But now it's starting to thin out. Okay, we have revenants showing up all of a sudden. This is bad. I think... Man, I cannot believe... Oh, here we go, BFG. Okay, I gotta give props to the concept of giving you exactly 1 BFG round. To just kind of thin it out a little bit. It's a very strategic move. That's a good way to do it. Oh shit, please don't let this be the end. That armor helped some, but god damn. I am moving around like a drunk person over here. Oh god. If that rocket, you know that would have been an 80 first of all if it had actually hit me, and I get through the whole fight without saving and that rocket is the one that kills me. Would be stupid. All right, what else do we have here? Maybe this switch sequence opens something else up. That was a very well constructed fight, by the way. I gotta say, it's very clearly an arena setup. I mean, you don't get much more arena than this, but it is a room with some attention given to the visuals. I hate this texture. I just hate this texture, but it's used pretty well here. Some differences in lights and look, we got some lights coming out of this sector right here. We have the same thing. There's angled lights. The difference in the floor here actually casts a shadow so that this comes out at an angle, and it's yeah, it looks great. It looks like the light's actually being projected. It gives it some much needed depth to what stock Doom visuals look like. This is great. Very impressed so far. And the way that fight unfolded, so in the basic arena, we start off with some Mancubis and some Barons, and we think, okay, that's pretty dicey, but I think I can handle that. They gave me 5 rockets, and I have some shotgun shells. So you start just kind of letting them do whatever they need to. Then the Cacodemons show up, and it's like, all right, this might keep getting elevating a little bit, but still not too dangerous. And then the Horde of Revenant shows up as a very nice surprise to this fight. It does kind of expect you to be good at infighting and to consider how to best use the scrum. There is a little bit too much maybe circle strafe to win in the fight. You know, there would be maybe better suited to have some more obstacles in the room to allow you to do a little bit more maneuvering around it, to kind of filter. Like, imagine if the box was right here, you know, closer to the middle, and monsters can actually filter around it, or you can kind of use it a little bit to maneuver like this or something like that. Take cover. Because as it stands, most of this fight is just a matter of circling around the room, not letting the Horde follow you too closely and getting blocked. And you know, but it's not. It's actually a pretty maturely designed map. Okay, we got some secret rockets. So I wonder if I could have come out here. If these were intended to be used in the previous fight, you should probably just reveal them in this room somehow. But if they are going to help me out here, then I guess that's a good place to put them. Yeah, look at this. So, you know, it seems like this author is very thoughtful and has anticipated, you know, not that this author has actually anticipated, but you know, this author is sort of one step ahead of some common short-sighted thinking that newer mappers would be sort of guilty of. We have a 2-stage kind of quest. So I got the yellow key, and it appears that I need both keys to get through here. So what this actually was, and I didn't realize it, is a 2-stage quest. I can go either direction. Could have gone yellow or red first is what I'm going to guess here. And yeah, this evidence is the super shotgun being in both of these areas. What's neat is this doesn't seem to be a symmetrical design in terms of like one's going to be a hallway, the other side's going to be a hallway as well. Okay. Either this is going to trigger something to happen, or this room is going to turn into a shit show when I come back through it. That's a cool look too, these little pistons, whatever they're for. Although, how quickly do they stop? It almost makes it look like they are actually thicker than this here, since you don't see them come out the top. They're more like lungs or bellows or something like that. They're, I don't know. Pretty cool looking, but it's physically impossible. So I give it a 0 out of 10. Uh-huh. Right. I didn't see the switch a minute ago. Interesting. So we got some... Okay. Some fucking spider bastards. And if the other fight is anything to kind of gauge the tenor of this map, can we expect other guys to show up besides the spiders, or is this it? In different stages. It seems this is just going to be a cat and mouse kill the spider thing. Perhaps the author did not want to put other monsters in here because they do probably get killed by the spiders really easily with the plasma guns. That plasma gun's probably one of the most dangerous things in the game. You can kill other monsters and do infighting really effectively. But that's kind of a surprisingly basic setup, given the maturity of the other map or the other fight. You know, maybe we're just softening the player up for some carnage here. This is a lot of ammunition and a lot of health actually too. So I think this is about to get nasty. You have to jump down into this pit. I like that. That's a good touch. Cross the line, Def. Now the trap is gonna spring. Okay. Trap is absolutely what this is. I cannot believe I did that. Well, I can. Yeah, because I had so much trouble with those barons earlier. Okay. Cybe's dead. This is either on a timer, or I assume it's a timer. Oof. Almost walked into that. I guess you could say the fight here is made easier by the fact that I had the rocket launcher from the previous fight. I don't really think super shotgunning, sniping enemies is too interesting, but let me out of here. Okay. Fucking pain elementals. Oh my god. This is getting nasty. BFG again. Right, of course. I think, okay. Oh, that was so close. That was almost a mistake. I mean, it probably was just a mistake in general, but it was almost a really bad one. Let's just go ahead and clear these bozos out of here. Is there any more cells on the map? Feeling very restricted on the ammo. But again, here's maybe the biggest flaw with what we've got going on here. Circle strafe to possibly win. I don't know, if I don't hit that, there's no lost soul limit. I almost let that rocket hit me. I just feel like let's get these rockets detonated maybe. Any other pain elementals? Did I get them all? Okay. It's a little more manageable. Probably could have done that a little bit more dexterously. I'm sure there's a way to have. Ooh, God. Could have been bad. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad at all. Oh, that was stupid. Okay. And, oh, okay. Yeah, that's what that was. I thought maybe more enemies were spawning in, but they were crossing that line def. All right. That's a dicey map. And I allowed the enemy count to inflate quite a bit with those paint elementals. I feel like we must be pretty close to the end. I'm sure there's going to be something nasty waiting. Oh, that's nasty. That's mean. I wonder if that is possible in other sort sports or not. I don't know. I'm gonna have to berserk my way to victory. Oh God, and I killed him even. I even killed him. Let's see. That was weird. Is that a missing texture? No, there's just something going on visually with the engine, I suppose. Okay. Well. I can't believe that. I'm so bad at like stopping on a dime. I know you can hit the walk key to stop running. Oh, that was cheating. I like instinctively hit the crouch key from like just playing. So this is kind of an interesting setup. You're at least God damn it. My instinct is to like chase the archvile down. Oh man, this is a tough fight. But you can't because they can hit you from behind this one. Yeah. Fuck that. Oh, let me out of here, dude. What? A Baron? Oh, I should have just hit the exit switch, but I knew it was a bitch move. Okay, so what I don't like is maybe you are supposed to run through here because that Baron is like intended to slow you down or something. It's just kind of weird. I would really expect to get more ammo for something like this. I should have hit that goddamn exit switch. I'm just not sure how this is supposed to be possible with the ammo that I'm given. Fuck's sake. And then the chain gunner just comes alive and immediately kills me too. All right, so yeah, this fight's a little bogus. I think, honestly, if I'm being fair about it, I think this fight's kind of bogus. I don't think it's very realistic to expect the player to have the ammo needed to deal with it. Because where should it come from? Now all these fucking monsters are just gonna come alive. Okay, well. That's just a repeatable switch. I kind of feel like I need like another secret or something. It's just so stingy with the ammo. And look at all the monsters coming alive. Will they fight each other at all? Maybe I can get one of these archviles to come up this way. No. Okay. This is bad. Come in this way. Okay, this I can deal with. Come here, dude. No, get out of my way. Fucking god damn it. Ugh. Alright. Fuck this. I'm saving. I killed one. I'm gonna save. Dude, stop. You are a fucking pest. Shit. That's so stupid. I'm sorry. I can't say that that's a good setup. I don't really like whatever that is going for. I don't like this either. Just let me leave the map. Alright, I'm done. Interesting. Break from urban walls. That was a very interesting map, despite a few of my critical comments about... Oops. I ID club to map 1. Despite a few of my comments about the critical nature of that map, or my critical comments about that map, I think this is a pretty good map, especially for a first timer. But you know, just in general, there's a good. I feel like it's got a little attitude. It's got some pizzazz. Like it has character, and that's what a lot of new maps lack, in my opinion. Is just character from new mappers. They just kind of draw in some boxes, or they've seen a couple of videos and they know I'm not going to draw squares, I'll just draw a bunch of weird octagons and shit like that. And so there's just a bunch of star tan octagons clicked together. Look like they've been out in the sun too long and they're halfway melted. Some random monsters, you know, textures that aren't really placed with much consideration. And this is not amongst that population. This is a very thoughtful map. I'm sure a good amount of attention and effort was put into it, and you can see the seeds. Oh, that's an interesting. That was a secret. What gives that secret away? How did I find it? I don't know. Oh, in here. Okay. Well, anyways, you can see the seeds of the experimentation happening and how this map goes. You know, you have like these triggers raise and then not immediately, but the spiders start spawning in, or the way that this fight is like multi-staged. The fight in the rocket launcher box room is probably the most interesting fight in the map, in my opinion. That is also very interestingly constructed, and you can tell there's some, you know, what was the nature of the experiment? Excuse me, the experiment. Well, this is, you know, this map feels like it was Fidchell's, you know, petri dish that they just wanted to see kind of how it kind of crops up, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's a good way to learn mapping, to just try to have intentional experiments, and I think in the case of this map, it's paid off pretty well. It's paid off pretty well. So, Fidchell, welcome to the mapping community. Very happy to see what you've done so far, and very eager to see what you're going to do next. If you are interested in playing this WOD, or leaving a comment on Fidchell's thread, tell him how cool this map was. Tell him how much you really liked watching this video. Go ahead and click the link in the description. It will take you to the map. Download it, add it to your collection, add it to your index so you know what map it is. You know, those of you archivists out there, I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, take care.